Hello and welcome to The Chat, the official podcast of Chatham County Government. My name is Will Peebles and I'm with the Public Information Office. And today I have the distinct pleasure to be joined by Ms. Suzanne Cooler,
Hello.
Director of the Engineering Department. And we have kind of a fun thing to talk about today that I like to talk to people about just kind of in my personal life, and they don't really like it, but it is important that people know about SPLOST because it is SPLOST season. There's a SPLOST on the ballot in November, and every however many years, how many years is it?
6.
It's every 6 years. It's a weird one. Every 6 years, Chatham County gets to vote on a 1% sales tax, a continuation of that 1% sales tax on all things sold in Chatham County. And kind of the magic of that from the government side is that individual 1% allows for not just residents of Chatham County, but anybody who buys anything here to contribute to a lot of public projects that mostly benefit people who do live in Chatham County. So yeah, I guess when you guys are planning out a SPLOST, planning out the projects that are coming into a SPLOST, what do you guys have in mind? Like what are the things that you can do with SPLOST money?
Sure. So SPLOST is limited to capital projects, which means we have to be building or improving things. We can't use it towards maintenance. It has to be an improvement, a structure. The only slight exception to that is that we can use it for road resurfacing, which could technically be called maintenance, but is an improvement to the road system, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So those are the things that we're limited to. We can build parks, we can make drainage improvements, we can do roadway improvements, we can build buildings, we can do all those wonderful things that are capital projects.
And you might be wondering, well, how much of it is paid by visitors? According to a study provided to us by the Chamber of Commerce here, it's around about 40%, a little bit over 40%. Of that money, and over the years it's been pretty beneficial to us. We were talking earlier. You said $2.2 billion.
Over $2.2 billion total SPLOST tax collections.
Yeah, and that's since 1985.
Since 1985.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful if you consider 40% of that is coming from people that just come visit our community.
Yeah, just coming down here to
that are using these infrastructure
Yeah.
things that put wear and tear that we don't have to pay to improve.
all those people in line at Leopold's when they
Right.
when they buy their ice cream. 1% of that
All
is
the trolleys riding around.
It's
all the
going to it.
things.
Yeah, it's going to it. So I don't know. And there's a lot of buildings. This is another thing that I tell people about. There's a lot of buildings that and facilities and roads, all kinds of things that are paid for with SPLOST dollars. Of the 7 SPLOSTs prior, the one on the ballot in November is SPLOST 8. You got Memorial Stadium. That's a big one. You got the Mighty 8th Air Force Museum.
We could go way back. We got courthouse,
Yep.
which hopefully most people won't use in their lifetime, but you never know.
Jury duty.
Yeah, jury duty. You do want to be comfortable when you
Want it
do
to be
jury
nice.
duty.
Yeah.
Many community centers, gymnasium,
Parks.
swimming pool, and that's just the recreational, cultural type places, and not even to mention the roadways that we use every day and the stormwater improvements that protect our properties, and so they're
The big budget, the star of SPLOST 8, in my opinion, is probably that railroad crossing at President Street.
I get caught by it too. So yes, every day I get caught by it, and I come in a few minutes late, and I'll be like, if only somebody would do something about it. If only.
If only. If only.
But yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah.
So for the list this time, we did go out to the community, and we held town halls in every district, and asked the people what they were most interested in. That was a big one. Recreation was a big one, so we're going to spend a lot of resources on recreation. Of course, stormwater is always.
Oh, yeah.
Living on the coast as we do, it's always a request. Also, the other requests were to take a look at our housing situation, and it's become a big issue for a lot of people, as the unhoused and the lack of I don't want to say affordable, but available housing.
Even
in the community.
affordable housing, workforce housing, kind of just straight down the gamut. We need a lot more.
We do.
We need a lot
And
more.
so that one came out, so we're going to invest some into that, and it's a good list.
Yeah, yeah. I personally have looked at it, and you can too. I'll tell you how later. Oh, but yeah, it's a big long list that we have for 8, and it's been a big long list every 6 years since 1985.
Every 6 years, we get road, and the first was roads. It was the roads, and so we did a lot. We paved. I would say, I won't say all. The goal was to pave every unpaved road in Chatham County, but some communities didn't want the roads paved, so I won't say all. But 99% of our roads now are paved roads, which are not only easier on our vehicles, but they're easier for us to keep maintained, which means it lowers our burden on our tax dollars. And then we got into a cultural where we spent more on museums, and we have a fabulous, if you haven't been there, Civil Rights Museum in Savannah, which SPLOST funded, the Mighty Eight.
Yeah, awesome museum too.
Awesome
Very cool museum.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be what it is today without SPLOST dollars.
Right.
We've actually are finishing up now a big renovation that's paid SPLOST dollars.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're expanding the museum space. If you hadn't heard already.
That's right. So we get all these. I mean, you mentioned Memorial Stadium was one.
Yep.
We got a whole new stadium with
That's
our
nice.
SPLOST dollars.
That's
I mean,
really
it's
nice.
Super nice.
That's really nice. Yeah.
All the Jennifer Ross soccer field, that whole complex.
And the thing about that, like, yes, it is a stadium, and yes, it has all the uses that a stadium is. I went to onboarding there, you know, and like when Helene came through, we were all out there. Was it Helene? Yeah, it was Helene. There were 3 last year. Sorry.
Yeah.
Started
Where we
running
did
together.
the distribution.
Yeah,
of
we had the ice
and-
distribution. There were people like coming all around, and there's not a lot of facilities around that can do that. Scottsdale Park too. That was the other place for the ice distribution. And like, I don't know. These are. I really try to hammer this home because it's like you only pay for this when you buy things, and like, yeah, you're buying stuff because you live here, but also other people are too, and that's taking a lot of money off of, that would be probably charged to you via millage rate or via tax dollars.
Absolutely,
Otherwise,
property taxes, yes.
because a lot of these things have to be done.
They really do. I mean, it's not just luxury things or things that we would have to do otherwise, and we would have to pay for that.
Right. And we're just talking about the county projects too, is the thing. Like every city has their own SPLOST list, like Market Arena, a lot of SPLOST dollars went into that, if I'm not mistaken,
Correct.
for the city of Savannah. Like it's everybody. Everybody gets something. Tybie's Dune restoration project out there.
Everybody, from the smallest, Vernonburg, to the greatest, Savannah, all the municipalities and jurisdictions get a piece of the SPLOST, and to get those projects that are most important to their community.
Yeah. So, we talked about President Street. I know drainage is a big priority for SPLOST 8 as well. What else have you guys got in there? What's the
Drainage countywide is a big one. The President Street, several other roadway projects, and very importantly, sidewalk and pedestrian improvement projects. We keep a running list of projects that warrant improvements for pedestrians that are unfunded, and when these things come along, like SPLOST 8 vote, we can then do those projects, and we've got a good long list of those projects as well, which are very much needed for pedestrian safety, and then to give us alternative transportation routes or modes. So that's another big one. Gymnasium. We heard from multiple people throughout the community that recreation's a big deal. We want to keep all our people moving for various reasons, and so we'll be investing heavily in recreation as well. It's a good list.
It's a good list.
It's a
good
good
list,
list. It's a good
Suzanne.
list.
I think it's a good list. I'm a little biased, but I think it's a good list. I know you
Same,
guys are doing.
same,
Good. I know you guys are
same.
doing
Little-
good lists. up
little
there,
biased,
you know.
but
You made the list. You're more
well, not
biased
really.
than I am.
No,
Yeah.
I was just there.
But yeah. Oh, I thought of another. The Truman. That one was the Truman Parkway.
Truman Linear Trail has been
Truman
fabulous,
Linear
and
Trail.
that's getting extended even more.
Yeah. We could literally go on all day, or you could go to our website, which we will link in the description,
Okay.
and you can see all the SPLOSTs of years past and all of the projects that the county is prioritizing this year. Each of the cities has their own as well. So like, it's not a mystery. You can make sure these things happen with this money. But I don't know. That's just my pitch on SPLOST.
Right.
Yeah, this you can
And-
you can tell I've been talking about it a lot.
And it's not too late with the list either. If something comes up between now and the vote, make your opinion known, and it could be possibly added.
Gotcha. Well, Suzanne, we've talked a lot about SPLOST. Is there anything we missed? Is there anything important that you think folks should know about SPLOST other than the things that we've already rattled on about already?
I don't think so. I think the important takeaway is we have a vote coming up, and that these dollars have to be, some things need to be done, whether we have a SPLOST or not, such as drainage improvements, transportation improvements, recreation improvements. These are all things that we could all be paying for with our tax dollars, that at least 40% of it's coming from some people that visit our community.
Yeah, or we could be divvying that cost up.
Or we could be divvying, or we could not have those improvements, and we could all be sitting at a train track waiting for a train to go by for
A foot underwater.
A foot underwater, or yes, or our houses could be underwater. We could not do it, but it would not be pleasant.
Yeah. Well, Suzanne, thank you for coming on. Thank you so much for lending your expertise to the podcast and helping me talk about SPLOST.
I mean, if we want, we could talk longer, all day, every day.
We
with
could.
all the projects that have been completed.
We could, or you could do your own research on our website, which we will provide. There'll be plenty of information there. PIO's got a couple of other videos coming out about SPLOST, just so you know what's going on and you can stay in the know, as it were, on SPLOST. But that's it for this SPLOSTcast podcast. Thank you so much for joining us again, Suzanne, and thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm Will Peebles, and I hope you have a good day.